For our spinning dot drum, you'll need a couple things. The first is cardboard that's thick enough to have these pieces in between, so I see the holes in it. Something like an Amazon box. And then either a chopstick or something like a skewer for a barbecue. That's going to go in those holes of the cardboard. You'll also need something that's circular to trace, like a coffee mug would be great, some string, scissors, glue, a white piece of paper, and some beads, or anything like it that you can tie on the string that will make the noise of the dot drum. You'll also probably need some parent help. To start, trace around your circular object on your cardboard. For every dot drum you need, you'll have one circle on the cardboard and two circles on your plain piece of paper. Those are what you will draw on. So cut it out next. You might need some parent help because the cardboard is very thick. After you've traced your circles, you have all three. We're going to build the drum. And again, you might need some parent help to help, depending on your age. Take a look at the cardboard. See those lines going up and down? That's what we want to look for because that's what we're going to use to guide us and fit our chopstick or skewer, which is even smaller, so that might be easier. But I only had a chopstick. So that's what I'm using. Carefully wiggle it in to your cardboard. Mine was a little tricky just because I used a very thick chopstick, but with some help, working very carefully, you'll get it in. You can see when I spin it, it works. It stays on. Next, look at the sides of your dot drum. And you're going to poke a hole with a pencil through the cardboard. This should be easier. You're going to go across to the other side. And I like to just twist my pencil back and forth to make sure that it goes over, so it really does go on both sides. Next is the string. We want to measure out how much we need, so I'm using 2 turns around my drum. So if you look, I have 2 strings on either side. This front side here, there's 2 strings, and on the back there's 2, and that's how I know I've gone around twice. You could either do that, or you can just eyeball it, but you need 2 of them. So there's the first one, and now time for the second. So I hold it down with my thumb, I go around, and then just give it a nice snip. All right, time to attach. So take your piece of string and connect the 2 ends together so that they're side by side. Pull along until you end up with a loop, right like that. You're going to carefully place the loop over the hole on one side, and then using your pencil, press down on the string until it goes through to the other side. So your pencil is helping you push that string through. Pull it over, not all the way. And now the loop is on the back of the drum, and I'm going to carefully thread my 2 ends right there through the loop and then pull gently until it's nice and tight. I'm going slowly for the friends of ours who are doing this by themselves. If you have a parent helping you, you are free to skip ahead and go on to the next step. All right, so fold it in half, hold the 2 sides together, create your loop, hold your loop down right over that hole, and then with your pencil, push it through. You may have to do it a couple of times. Like this time, I'm pretty sure it didn't go through right away, so I carefully lifted my pencil out and I just pushed another section through. And then pinch, and you'll get it. create your loop and thread it through. Take those two sides and thread them through. There you have it, your two sides. Next up, we're gonna attach the beads, which is gonna be what makes the noise of the drum. Take one bead and thread it through one of the strands of yarn. After you've done that, tie a double knot just by crossing over, flipping it under, and doing that again, right? You double knot. At this point, the bead is not going anywhere. It's staying on that yarn, but we want to keep it at the end. So we're going to take the end of our yarn and re-thread it through the bead so that it actually sits right on top of that knot. Then double knot it again. At this point, the bead is stuck and it will stay at the very end of our drum. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Take our other bead, thread it through one of the strands of yarn, tie a double knot, this one, it looks a little funny. It's not perfectly straight. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Then take one of the end pieces and use it to re-thread through the bead so that the bead is sitting on the knot, and double knot it again. Check to make sure it works. Pick it up, give it a twirl. Sounds good to me. The last step is to decorate the face of our drum. Those two white pieces of paper should be used to draw and color in. After you're done, we will glue them to attach them to our drum. We are almost there. The last thing is to glue the face of our drums. Now, because it is cardboard and we have to go over that yarn, I'm going to change my rule. And instead of only going around one time, I would say go around twice. Then give it a nice press down. Make sure the beads aren't underneath, otherwise it'll leave a dent. Go around 2 times. 1, 2. Excellent. Make sure it's centered. And then press, press, press. There you have it. Enjoy.